results. And especially the way we conceded the 2 goals.
Yeah. What happened? What from your point of view was wrong about those 2
We
goals?
had a lot of moments. We have so much dominance, so much situations in and around the box. We conceded the first goal in a very unusual way for us in the way we defended the box. The second one from direct play as well. But they had another chance in the first half very similar to that, even without touching the ball. And when you have that many situations in the final third in and around the box, we had 2 massive chances just before Southampton scores. You need to capitalize on that. Otherwise, if you make the defending errors that we made today, it's very difficult to be in the semi-final.
Did they surprise you? I mean, they caused you problems, and I know you've talked about the ones you caused them.
Surprise, no.
No.
They are a really good side. They've been in a really good run, and you have to congratulate them.
Yeah. And again, not to make excuses, was the conditions a headache, a problem for maybe for both teams, but for your back line tonight?
Conditions.
The wind?
You have to adapt to the wind, to the injuries, to whatever. You want to be in every competition, and when you have to adapt to any context. And now you have to adapt to difficult situations in the season or disappointing situations, because difficult is something else in my opinion. And now we have to show what we are made of.
Yeah, and you had to pick a team maybe out of necessity that doesn't play all the time with each other. Is that an excuse?
No, it's not. And that team had very good moments in certain moments in the game that should capitalize and be in Wembley, and we haven't done it. So that's our responsibility.
And another headache, your centre half Gabriel coming off injured. What can you tell us?
I don't know. He had to come off. Obviously, that's a strange coming from Gabi, but we're going to have to assess and see how he is.
And a difficult couple of weeks now, straight into Lisbon.
Yes, but some beautiful weeks ahead as well, with what we have to play in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and what we have to play for in the league as well.
We look forward to that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, guys.
Just trying to keep
To be on trying to achieve a Champions League and Premier League double, a massive game coming up against Sporting. But Martin, after the Carabao Cup final defeat before the international break, and now this, how big a psychological blow is that?
well, huge. And you saw Man City as well earlier in the day against Liverpool, quite emphatic the way that they won. It's about getting back to the basics. He said there about the protecting the goal, giving sloppy goals away. I know the conditions played their part, but there were plenty of warnings for these Arsenal players. The first goal came after 33 minutes. They should have adapted, maybe better. Okay, you say well done to your opponent, but Arsenal should be winning a game like this tonight. They've got to get back to winning games of football. Simple as that. It couldn't come any bigger than Tuesday night against Sporting, and then Bournemouth to follow in the Premier League. So plenty of opportunities to put it right. Of course, Saka, Rice coming back into the equation to get a better balance in that midfield where they couldn't really control the game tonight. I think that was an important factor of why they lost.
You mentioned Rice and Saka there. We talk a lot about the depth Arsenal have got this season, don't we? But did tonight just show the importance of key players for them, the likes of Declan Rice, Raya, Timber as well?
Oh, big time, yeah. I mean, if Saliba, Raya, Declan Rice, Saka are playing, they'd probably win the game. Declan's one of the perfect ones for in terms of mentality. I don't think they lacked mentality today, but I just think Sir Alex used to say in a big game when you're the favourite, concentration. It's about concentration. I thought that Mikel mentioned in his interview there were moments there where they didn't defend like they normally do, Arsenal, and it'll be a blow. I think it'll be a bit of a shock, and like you said, 4 could become 2 still, and they're the 2 biggest, the Premier League and the Champions League. And Arsenal have been too good this season now to give this away, whether it's the Premier League or whether it's the Champions League. They've been exceptional, but they got to finish the job. I think when everybody's back fit and healthy, they probably should be okay. But I thought, if a 16-year-old's your best player today, that's not a great sign. They've got a really good squad. They built it up. But I thought Max Dalman today was probably the only player that probably played to the level that Mikel probably expected from the starting 11.
I think it was a big nod to the future when you take off the captain and you put him in the 10 role.
Yeah,
Dalman, and he certainly did. He came alive.
Probably the only one that really looked like he was.
It's an interesting one when you look ahead to Tuesday and whether you're going to start to bring him in. He's 16 years of age. We're all talking about protecting him, but I think he's showing enough now to say.
Would you start him, Martin?
I don't think they will. I think. Well, Eze's not available.
They were on cloud 9, beating the Premier League leaders Arsenal 2-1 to get through to the semi-finals. What does this mean, though, for Arsenal? Of course, people talking, weren't they, about the quarter couple of weeks ago. We know that can't happen, beaten by Man City in the Carabao Cup final. And now the treble won't be happening either, beaten by Southampton last night in the FA Cup. Let's hear, shall we, from their manager. Here's Mikel Arteta.
What does it mean in terms of the bigger picture? Obviously losing at Wembley in the Cup final, now being knocked out of the FA Cup, suddenly from talking about 4 trophies, potentially it's down to 2.
This is the reality. When you are there and you are so close, you win it or not. And now is the moment to show what we are made of. When you win, it's easy for us, for our supporters, for everybody. Is now the moment that we have to show.
Cass, I did Southampton's win at Fulham in the last 16.
Yeah.
And I was the first time I'd done them live this season. And I was seriously impressed with the football they played. Like, they looked like the Premier League team against Fulham. And I thought last night as well, Cass, I mean, don't get me wrong, there were moments where they're happy to go, long to the big guy up front. But there were moments in that first half in particular where they played some really, really good football. And I thought Southampton, Cass, fully deserved that victory last night.
Yeah, and you have to give a lot of credit to the manager, Sam. Tonda Eckhart, pronounce his name right, but he comes through the system. Obviously, he was in charge with the under-21s.